Haiti, in a good day, to me is bad. Think about it after an earthquake. It's actually worse.
What the earthquake did was cause a horrible natural disaster on an already dramatically impoverished nation with no infrastructure.
Healthcare is still a privilege or a luxury. I mean, you just don't have access to it. A town with 30 or 40,000 people perhaps only have one physician to actually oversee all of these people. You might spend 2-3 days at a clinic before you are seen.
Haiti is a country like none other, and you have to know or have a contact within that country to get in. I was very fortunate. I knew Ginks Gabriel, who's our director of pharmacy, was from Haiti. So I reached out to Ginks.
And he said, you know something, I have something in mind, and I really want to go to Port-au-Prince and do it.
He was able to connect us with a group called Hope for Haiti, a group out of New York that travels on a regular basis out to Haiti to provide medical missions. I'm so proud of the group here at Kimball Hospital. I sent out an email and approached individuals one-on-one who I thought would thrive in this environment, and asked them if they would be willing to come out and do a medical mission. And I didn't get one no.
When Ralph contacted me and said, Doug, I'm setting up a trip to Haiti. Do you want to go? Without question, I said, absolutely, I'm going to go. In fact, I'm going to talk to some of my family members to see if they can come too.
I had always wanted to do a medical mission. I had always wanted to have time to volunteer some of my time, and this was a great opportunity to do all that.
It's been on my bucket list of something I wanted to do to try to use my skills and help people that are less fortunate.
Just in order to see things that I've never seen before, help people in a way that was totally different than modern medicine.
Like Amy, I was honored to be able to give back. We were fortunate enough to have the education and the knowledge to go there to help them, and it was an honor to be asked to go.
When we landed, the first thing I noticed was the heat.
The heat is unrelentless. It's day and night. The smell is just toxic.
The most profound poverty that you've ever seen in your life or could imagine in your wildest nightmares.
It was a level of poverty that I had never seen before.
Starving children, no infrastructure, no medical care to speak of whatsoever.
I was expecting the heat and I was expecting the poverty, but I wasn't expecting the huge crowds of people and the hectic craziness.
There were 4 clinics that we set up over the full week that we were there. The first clinic was in a ramshackle old school with walls that had holes and no electricity. Setting up a clinic in an old rickety church with a dirt floor and a couple of walls with holes in them and a corrugated steel roof is very, very interesting. As a matter of fact, none of the clinics had electricity or lighting, nothing. The second clinic was in a soccer field, and there were banana trees and other kinds of tropical trees that we used as shade, and we just set up tables and chairs.
We knew that most of the exams would go on into folded chairs, but some sick individuals we put actually up onto the folded tables. So we had to do some abdominal exams, we had to look at some body parts that had to be done up on the tables, but most of the exams went on in the chairs.
And the patients came by the hundreds each time we had a clinic.
There would be like 300-400 people that we could see, and then at least 100, maybe more, that we had to turn away.
I think the hardest thing to help people with was when they would come in with stomach aches because they're hungry. We couldn't feed everybody. We could give them, medication to help reflux, but that was about it.
The kids were really tough to deal with because we felt so badly for them. They came in with worms because the water that they drank was contaminated. That would never happen here in the United States. They literally are worms that come from the contaminated water that they consume. And they begin to actually thrive within the GI tract of the patients. So these kids are nauseous, they're vomiting, they have diarrhea, failure to thrive, they don't eat well, their bellies are distended. And there's medications that we can give them that will destroy the worms, but the problem is we know that after we leave, They're going to go back and they're going to eat contaminated food, drink contaminated water. Those worms will return.
These people were so poor and so desperate, and there was a mother that came up to me, and she had a little child, and she pulled up her shirt and said, "Problem, problem." And I didn't know what to do. There was nothing I could do.
The other thing that was the hardest is that even if we could get the resources, just to get people that were sick and dying to the hospital was a 30-minute ride in the back of a truck.
They die of things that we take for granted, right? So you get an infection, you get a skin infection, you get pneumonia, there's antibiotics, you could get treated and live. And most of those treatments can be done in your home because they're in pill form and it's not a big deal. So they die of things like that.
It is hard to believe that people are dying there. I mean, I can remember one woman, she was my age actually, and she had a huge tumor in her throat, and she's already had it resected once, and she didn't have the funds to do it again. And I bet you it was probably 3/4 of the way, including her airway, and she was going to die, and there was nothing we could do for her. On a few cases, we had people die on us because we didn't have what we needed. I mean, we're making up clinics literally in fields. I mean, there was cows and goats around us. I mean, we're talking bare bones. And these people are coming in with medical problems that they've had for years, and there was nothing we could do for them, nothing.
When there are masses of hundreds of people waiting, at one point, I think the team helped pick one another up a lot of times, because there were moments after I had seen 50+ patients that I felt like I can't keep doing this. It's too hard. The people have problems I can't fix. It's hard to translate to try to understand. And it was just, we picked each other up and said, just keep seeing as much as you can.
You know you're there to see sick people, you know you're gonna see some horrible things, but you just keep going and know that you're helping them, and even if you're just curing their pain for a day or a week, you're making a difference, so.
What bothered me the most probably was at the end of each day, not every day, but some days, when we ran out of medications, or when the day was simply done, and you looked out the door and there was still 100 or 200 people there, and we had to be done. That frustrated me, and it bothered me quite a bit to know that I'm not able to meet their healthcare needs today because we don't have whatever it takes to meet their needs. And I don't know what to tell them, where to go, or who's going to meet their healthcare needs, because I don't know if somebody's coming back to that village tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, who knows?
The healthcare out there is nothing like healthcare in the United States. I mean, if you have something life-threatening here in the United States, it's going to be taken care of. In Haiti, if you don't have the money or the resources, you will not have anything taken care of. You will die.
We would get back from a mission at night, and the first couple times we had missions, I overheard some of the team talking amongst themselves saying, are we really making a difference here? Because we're here for 7 days, we're caring for these patients with real needs, but then we're going to go, and the same problems are going to reoccur again. But to me, for the short time that we were there caring for the Haitian people, we gave them hope. We made them feel better, even if it was for a few hours. You know, some patients, all we could give them were Tums or vitamins.
Every patient who came in, even if they had a little strained ankle that didn't need much, if you gave them vitamins, you're affecting positive benefits to the population as a whole. And that's very, very exciting. So every patient you give a vitamin to, it seems simple, well, of course, take vitamins. No, you're affecting this person's health dramatically because malnutrition was so rampant and so severe at times.
It was amazing how these patients reacted to even the minimalist care that we provided. You could see their eyes light up. They felt like, thank God I've been taken care of, and I know I'm going to feel better, at least for a couple of days. So the answer is yes, we made a big difference. When you look at what you see in the press, really about any place, but about Haiti, you see all the negatives. And you hear about some of the atrocities that happen in Haiti. Until you go there and you realize that 99.9% of the Haitian citizens are good, decent people who are only looking for a friend.
What I appreciate a lot is the resilience. And the resilience is the fact that these people never give up. regardless what it is, from generation to generation, the survival instinct keep them moving.
Here in the United States, there's an expectation about health care. There's the expectation that I deserve health care, I need health care, and that it's going to be provided to me. In Haiti, where they don't have that expectation, you get people that are happy with their care, no matter what you give them. No matter that you take the time, whether it's 5 or 10 minutes, of your day to talk with them, there's an appreciation that we just don't have here in the United States. Those are two major things that really stuck on me.
It was almost like they were dressed for church. They knew they were coming to a special place, because for them that's so unusual to go to a clinic. So there were lots of people dressed up, not seeming hot. I don't know how that's possible. They must just be so used to it. But they were just standing in line, and it was, for the majority of the time, it was quiet.
They are filled with pride and joy, and you saw very few people who were unhappy. They were grateful and exuberant to be helped.
It was just amazing. I left with a saying that one of the Haitian people had told me, and they said, your only disappointments in life are your own expectations. And I think they truly live that way. I mean, they appreciate what they do have, and they don't always think about all the things they don't have. And in that sense, they stay happy people. It was just amazing to me.
What we felt was generosity from them. They would feed us, they would talk to us, they would share their culture with us. They would say thank you every time that we cared for them. They would say merci every time we took care of them. So there was this feeling of gratitude that we felt with each and every one of them, and I actually look forward to going back every year to work with them. And it's not that they want a handout. It's not what they're looking for. They're looking for partners to help them recover, and they haven't had that for many years.
In the end, I know it can't just be me. It has to be everyone. Everyone has to help out. I can't change Haiti. I mean, it's got to be a lot of people, a lot of different variables to help Haiti. So I'll be back. I'll be back for sure.
I'm definitely going back, and there's tons more to be done. I mean, you're talking about a country that doesn't have any infrastructure.
If they can get the external help, okay, to help them fix themselves, I think they can make their own progress, and it is going to be less a burden, okay, to the rest of the world.
What sticks out in my mind the most, bar none, is the kids.
Just innocent little creatures, and they were just so happy and lovable, and seeing them at the orphanage, I'll never forget that.
They were the happiest, just cutest kids I've ever seen, and I just want to help them some more.
I want to make sure that when I actually have children, that I remind them about Haiti and what I learned there and what changes I can embark on my own children, so that they realize that there's less fortunate people out there, because we saw poverty like I never thought was possible.
The last night that we spent in Haiti, I was talking to one of our sponsors from Hope for Haiti, and I asked him that very question. I said, if I'm going to speak to a group or to an individual, what do I say to them, and how do I convince them that they should commit to Haiti, either by working within Haiti, as we did, or financially supporting the Haitian people? And he said to me, why not?